a look right now at top companies who import and also who export a lot of goods and how they're faring, because they are some of the only names that are not seeing green here. We have retailer suppliers like Walmart, Target, Home Depot, Sears, Dollar General, mostly are down. But as President Trump rips up TPP, the Trans-Pacific Partnership, and wants to change the foundation of NAFTA, the North American Free Trade Agreement, what does the future hold for these all-American companies who depend on moving goods across borders? Let me bring in now, earlier, Peter, I called you the Donald Trump trade czar, and you said in the commercial break, Liz, be careful, you know what happens to czars. So let me just call you Trump's Director of Trade.
Off with hands, please.
Not yet. It's too early in
Down
the administration.
To the square and tar and feathers, yeah.
Peter Navarro, of course, Trade and Industrial Policy Director for Donald Trump. On a very big market day, Peter, you have to explain to me what we say to companies that our viewers own, and that is the Targets and the Walmarts, and then, of course, the international papers that are among the biggest exporters and importers, that they should not fear what Donald Trump wants to do with trade.
Let's go back to the day after the election. Everybody that morning, the futures were spiking negative. It was crazy. Everybody's running around with their hair on fire. It's just nuts. And the argument that day was simple. Look, calm down. Donald Trump is going to do four things. He's going to cut taxes, particularly the corporate tax. He's going to reduce regulation. He's going to unleash our energy sector. And he's going to make smart, tough trade deals that increase our growth, decrease our trade deficit, and strengthen our manufacturing base. And what did we see? We saw the market go up on a trajectory now where, what a great day, we hit 20,000 on the Dow. It doesn't sound like there's a lot of concern about what Donald Trump is doing. I mean, we got out of TPP. What an historic day that was on Monday. One stroke of the pen, and it destroyed the worst trade deal we ever would have had, particularly for our auto industry in Michigan. And what happened? The Asia rallied. The people understand that what's good for America, what's good for trade, is good for the markets, what's good for the economy.
Okay, now we get paid to look for things like black swans, gray swans. Donald Trump has been a white swan when it comes to really juicing these markets. You cannot deny it.
People like that, by the way. Being called a white swan, I can assure you President Trump will go, that's good.
Yeah, well, I can tell you that the traders told me when I came here on the floor, they said this is about 75% Donald Trump. We're at 20,072. But you wrote the book, Death by China. Let me look for one of those potential black swans here. Today we got some news out of China, and I have to ask you, in a rare move, China announced major saber rattling. They said that they're going to deploy this new East Wind, this Dongfeng nuclear missile. It carries 12 nuclear warheads. You do have some people wondering, are we inching towards some horrific nuclear face-off against China because of Donald Trump's very strong words against China and the unbalanced deal they always seem to get out of these trade deals?
Well, on the military side, this is nothing new. This announcement today is something that's been going on for the last decade. Liz, you mentioned my Death by China book, but the recent book I did called Crouching Tiger talks about how China has benefited from taking our jobs, basically earning a bunch of money off the American worker and consumer, and now what they're doing is they're building very sophisticated weapons. And it's been years, over the last years during the Obama administration, where China has been expanding in the South China Sea, expanding in the East China Sea. So today is nothing new. Today's got nothing to do with Donald Trump. This is China being China. Our posture is simple here, Liz. We respect China's sovereignty. It's a sovereign nation. If it wants to do things like that, it has the right to do that. But America also has the right to defend its markets against unfair competition, to defend its manufacturing base against unfair taxation like the WTO imposes on us. And Mr. Trump has made it clear, President Trump has made it clear, that we are going to move forward with trade policies that benefit America. And it's going to be great for this country and great for the world.